So, what exactly do you do when you're super jet lagged, you've had a few beers, and you still can't sleep? Well, the obvious answer is you pop in a fucking Ambien like a real man. And that's basically why I'm making this video. I don't even know if it'll ever see the light of day or if this is just one of those cathartic experiences where I wake up the next day, look at it, and I just start crying because I'm like, wow, oh my god, my life has spiraled down the drain, and this is what I'm doing in my free time when I could be doing something way more productive. But that's a tangent. So, what I'd like to talk about today is the scientific anomaly known as my head. As you can tell, you're not looking at a second sun, that's just the fucking albedo of my bald ass head. And the reason why I have this fucking Mount Olympus sitting on top of my head is because I had a bout with the life threatening, really dangerous, infectious alopecia. For those of you that don't know, alopecia is a genetic condition that basically makes your skin cells think that, oh no, the hair is the enemy, and so they start attacking it.
You mean the guy we're meeting with can't even grow his own hair? Come on!
So that's the reason why I had to get rid of my hair. A fun fact is that when I was around 2 or 3 years old, my alopecia was really bad, to the point where I'd lost 70% of my hair, and so I'd basically gone bald. I remember the most lasting effect was probably a small thing I had over here, like I had a missing patch of eyebrow there. So basically for a long time in my life I had three eyebrows. I had one, two, and then three, and now I have just basically one fucking eyebrow here. You can't see, but there's a small isthmus there that's just hair. And you know, I'd prefer one eyebrow to three because I'm not a fucking alien. But yeah, the thing was, while I was working on graduate applications to universities, something called stress triggered another onset of the alopecia, and it came to the point where I was literally pulling hair in my hand in clumps. And I realized that instead of looking like someone who took a fucking beach vacation to Chernobyl, I might as well just get rid of all my hair instead of having giant radiation nuke patches on my head. I decided to get rid of it, and I'd never been bald before, so it was like a really new experience. It was one that I honestly dreaded. I was just like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I'd felt the top of my head before through my hair, and I'd been like, this is really fucking pointy, like to the point where no human being should have a skull shaped like a fucking hexagon. But and so I just never wanted to go bald. But then eventually came to a do or die situation, and while I really considered the die situation, I just did shave my head completely. And it's like seeing Atlantis. You know, it's this thing that's been under the surface this whole time, but you've never realized it. And this is the extent of Mount Everest, and it's just, why is my head shaped that way? Now, personally, if I had it my way, I would still look like this beautiful man with a large flock of hair on his head. I mean, look at him. He's so fucking happy. He doesn't even know what depression is yet. It hasn't hit him. But here I am today, and so I just like to discuss to all of the people who are watching this, all of my fans who have hit that notification bell, who have subscribed, who have commented, who are following my Twitch stream, my fucking DeviantArt, my Tumblr, my Reddit, my MySpace, my fucking MSN account, whatever. For all of those who are watching, I just like to explain this. And there's a bunch of theories, a bunch of conspiracy, real Area 51 theories about why my skull is shaped like a fucking triangle, like it's trying to explain Pythagorean theorem to people. But honestly, all I can give you are guesses, And one of them is I've been told most commonly, like, oh, sometimes babies are born that way. Well, fucker, babies also, their skulls are like jigsaw pieces. They haven't really formed or fused together. And I can assure you, as much of a child as I look, my cranium has fused together. So I have no idea why. Another explanation is maybe I'm just like one of those Mayan kids back in the 1500s who'd like strap planks to their heads to like make their heads look like the fucking alien skull. Maybe it's Maybelline. I really don't know. Maybe it's just bad genes. Thanks, mom and dad, but really, I do not understand why it looks like this. It's like if I could like just be above the surface of the water by this point, I'd look like a fucking shark or a submarine surfacing. I don't know if it's got something to do with like Fibonacci sequence, fucking golden spiral. I really don't understand why my head is shaped this way. And while a lot of people have been telling me, bald is the new sexy, a lot of people are fucking liars because I've literally scared away any potential mates for the past few months because I look like a polygonal NPC from some shitty 2006 game. Really, the only reason I haven't got rid of this beard, which is slowly turning into a neck beard, is because I personally believe if I got rid of all forms of facial hair, I'd look like a fucking thumb. You couldn't tell the difference. I think they'd look identical, except one has holes in it that just like slight orifices to see, smell, and like blabber shit out of it. Yeah, but this is what my head looks like without hair, and it just really makes me fucking miss my hair, and I can't wait for it to grow back. I don't know what the point of this video is.